What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Indians series preview slash recap live stream. As you can see by the title, I'll be recapping the White Sox series and then previewing the Ohio Cup as we head out to the Great American Launching Pad to face off against the Cincinnati Reds. So, you already know what we got to do here, but before I get into that, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and as always, turn on that bell because baseball's underway. The draft is just now under 2 weeks away. I have some videos coming out next week talking about some potential prospects that I would love to see the Browns get. And of course, that will all culminate in my first and only Browns mock draft of the year. I think that's a good way to do it right there, kind of set you guys up with some guys that I would love to see the Browns take. I'm going to do it just like I did with the free agents. 5 separate videos talking about 5 prospects that I'd love to see the Browns get at 26. And then that'll all culminate, like I said, in the Browns mock draft on draft day. So with that being said, let's get right into this series talking about against the White Sox 4-game series. And we saw a lot of stuff happen in this series. We had it all. We had it all in this series. You name it, it happened. Was there a fight? Yeah, a little bit. We had a no-hitter. We had a pitcher's duel that went into extra innings. We had a walk-off. And then, of course, we had a game where we took over. We literally had it all. We had it all. We had it all in this series. And honestly, the White Sox are going to be a pain in the butt all year long, and that's the way it's going to be, Their offense was kind of lackluster in this series. So, starting us off, of course, we were coming off the series against Detroit, and we had freaking Tristan on the mound against Dallas Keuchel. McKenzie only went 4 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks, 1 home run, 4.70 ERA. Not the greatest. And Dallas Keuchel, who is a very good pitcher and in his own right and everything, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 1 home run. So they're pretty much even in the runs department. But of course, they had 1 more run than us, as they won 4-3 on a walk-off, and the wonkiest walk-off I've ever seen. And the way that this game ended, it shouldn't have ended like that. It really shouldn't have. But the game started, top of the second inning, Eddie Rosario, because of course, gets us on the board, 2-run blast, and scored Framil Reyes. That was awesome. And then right on cue, bottom of the third, here comes Adam Eaton. I don't know where, freaking 3-run blast. We're going to hear his name a lot. Not because of him scoring, but yeah. He gets a 3-run blast. And then Reyes, sac fly, scores Yu Chang, ties the game up, top of the 6th. And then everything looks to be all right. We're tied. Like, okay. That kind of does take McKenzie off the hook for the loss. He didn't have the greatest game. He was all over the place, kind of, But, so, what I really hate about this offense is one game they go off, and then the next game they're just silent. And in this one, we had chances. Top of the 9th, Josh Naylor on second, 2 outs. Roberto Perez comes up, and he strikes out on a foul tip. Could have scored a run there to win the game, or at least take the lead. So what does Tito do? Tito does what Tito loves to do, and he brings in his closer in an unsafe situation, and that's Bittner. several times in the past. A lot of teams do that. I think even the White Sox did that in this series too. They bring in their closer for a non-safe situation. Some people kind of don't like that because you're using your closer. Obviously, it's not a safe. But I guess you're kind of trying to keep. But I wouldn't have been opposed to bringing Karinchak out there, but that's whatever. So gets the first guy. All right, gets Moncada to fly out to center field. Cool, one down. Mercedes single because of course he did. Okay, that's all right. We got a single, double play is in effect. We could end this inning on a double play. Then they bring in Nick Madrigal to replace Mercedes. Then they walk Yasmani Grandal because I don't know why they do that. I guess just bad pitches. Then they visit the mound. Then chaos ensues. So they induce a grounder to Nick. Nick Williams comes up, and Class A induces a grounder to Yu Chang. Should be routine. Bang bang. Go to second, back to first. He's out. We go to the top of the 10th. Ha! Nope. Yu Chang throws the second, and apparently the ball hit the runner, and it just goes away into left field. So White Sox went on a very wonky walk-off. And that was only the start of this very wonky series. Because game 2, so yeah, Hoyer gets the win. He's 1-0. Class A takes the bad L. He's 1-1, of course. But yeah, I already went through the the pitching score, box scores, and everything. The lines for the pitchers. So now we head to game 2 of the series, and once again, things were crazy. Literally, you look at the box score, all goose eggs. When I said this is probably going to be a pitcher's duel, I was right. This is way more than a pitcher's duel. This is exactly what you would expect from a matchup featuring Carlos. No, he'll be pitching in the next one. By the way, Carlos Rodon was supposed to pitch in that first game against McKenzie, but he had an upset stomach, so they pushed him back to the third game of the series. Bieber versus Giolito. This is exactly what you'd expect. You literally look up and down the lines here. Literally, all you see is out, out, out. Of course, they did get a base hit. Abreu singled off of Bieber in the first. They only had 3 hits in the entire game. The White Sox did. In the first inning, the third inning, and they literally did not. And then they had a hit by pitch. But literally, and then they got it in the bottom of the 9th. They got an actual hit there, and then a walk. So, in reality, get this, right? A White Sox player technically did not reach third base. How about that? Yeah. A White Sox player, I don't think reached third base. No. The closest they got was Adam Eaton on second base. A White Sox player never even touched third base. Wow. That's crazy. But that just shows you how dominant Bieber was. And you know what's even more dominant about Bieber? All right, here's another crazy thing about it. This dude did not have a single strikeout through the first 2 1/3 innings. All right? He had 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. This dude had 0 Ks. 0. 0! He picked off Danny Mendick at first base. And all of a sudden, this dude's just raking up Ks left and right. I mean, God. Strike out Adam Eaton. After that, then the bottom of the 4th, he struck out everybody, rang them all up. And then bottom of the 5th, struck out 2 of the 3. Bottom of the sixth, he had he only one strikeout. He had 2 groundouts and a hit by pitch. Eesh, not a great inning for him there. Bottom of the sixth. Bottom of the seventh, 2 Ks there. Bottom of the eighth, had a 1 strikeout there, and then bottom of the ninth, he had another 1 strikeout, and then came out after that. And yeah, they brought in, who was this, Class A? Who did they bring in for this one? I'm trying to see. Oh, Karinchak came in. They brought in Karinchak, and he struck out the first one and had 2 groundouts, or a groundout and a flyout. So, how did we win, you may ask? Well, Roberto Perez singled on a grounder in the top of the 10th to score the first run, and then Ahmed Rosario doubled after that to score the second run. That's crazy, isn't it? Bieber had these guys on legit lockdown. They didn't reach second base until, I believe, the 9th inning. Think about that. Second base was completely clean the entire game until, I think, the 9th inning. We did not have a single runner, I don't think, reach second base the entire game until the 10th inning. We didn't. We had guys get on base. They just weren't moving. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Eddie Rosario had a double. That's right. Almost forgot about that. Yeah, Eddie Rosario had a double in the top of the second. So he was the only one that reached second base. That's so soft. I don't know. Some dudes who have that problem. They can never get to second base. Ha ha. Oh my God. The susness. What's up? What's going on, Russell? Postpone here. You got a foot of snow. Sheesh. Really? Wow. Poor Mets. They leave freaking rainy New York to go to freaking blizzard Colorado. They're going to have like 20 games postponed in the first month. They go from rain to snow. It's like, bruh. And you would think playing in Colorado, they would have built a retractable roof in there, right? Like, why would they build an open air stadium? Put a retractable roof on that joint, bro. I mean, you're playing in the mountains. What do you expect? It's going to snow. What? But yeah, Bieber got the win. He's 1-1. Crochet took the loss. He's 0-2. And Karinchak got the save. Now, in terms of how did these pitchers do? As you'd expect, Bieber was phenomenal. 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk. 1 walk the entire game. 11 strikeouts. And the thing is, if our offense had contributed some runs early in the game, this dude could have easily had a Maddox. For those who don't know what a Maddox is, it's when you have a complete game shutout like that with under 100 pitches. I believe he entered the 9th at like 85 pitches. My dude was cruising. He was in cruise control. He was feeling it, man. Giolito, 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 8 Ks. So they were right up there with each other. They were neck and neck. But of course, Bieber wasn't. He didn't blink. You know, we got into their bullpen, and at first it looked like they were going to be right up there with us. But then Garrett Crochet came in there, and he kind of blinked a little bit. Yeah. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs in the third of an inning in extras. And that's what cost him. Yeah, we were 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. We left 7 on base at the end there. Wow. So that was game 2. And then we enter game 3. And once again, there's really nothing to talk about for us. Literally. We did nothing. Like, we got no hit. We got no hit by a dude who had an upset stomach the 2 days before. And this game overall was it was literally all White Sox. The White Sox had this game won after the first inning. Because Plazak, my dude, he was flat. He was flatter than a week-old Diet Coke left in the sun too long. He was flatter than a tire with a nail in it. My dude, his pitches were not, they had no movement on it. They were just meow, 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 and then they go twink, twink, twink. They were hitting everything. My dude couldn't even get out of the first inning. Moncada singled, scored a run. Mercedes 3-run moonshot, of course. Garcia doubled, scored another run. Madrigal singled, scored a run. And then bottom of the third, ground rule double for Robert, 7-0. Moncada hit by a pitch, scores the run, 8-0. That was it. That's all we got to say. Box score, Plazak, 2/3 of an inning, 7 hits, 6 runs. Yeah. 1 home run given up. No case. This guy did not strike out a single person. My God. Rodon, 9, a complete game. Obviously, 7 Ks. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to do it myself. For real. So, yeah, that's really all I'm going to say. We did nothing, and got to give a lot of credit to Rodon there. So, what, the 12th time we've been no-hit in our history? First time since 2011 against Irvin Santana, who follows me on Twitter, by the way. Yeah, Irvin Santana follows me on Twitter. I think he follows a lot of people, though. So, yeah, not really much of a flex. But Rodon's 2-0, Plazak is 1-2, and, yeah, I'm pretty sure that dude has PTSD from Chicago because if you remember last year, he got into a little bit of trouble in Chicago because he went out for a night on the town with his boy Mike Clevenger, and that wound up getting him sent home via rental car. So I'm pretty sure that dude just does not want to be in Chicago. He hates that area probably. It gives him PTSD from last year. And then of course this year, I was going to look back at last year, I got sent home because I'm an idiot, and then this year I get rocked in the first inning. Fun. Yeah. Yay. So fast forward to game 3. I'm sorry, game 4, yesterday. So we look at this game, and we had Aaron Civale on the mound. Okay. Good bounce back candidate, Civale versus Lynn. And they both went 6 innings. Yeah, 6 innings. Civale, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Sounds about right for Civale. Gives up a couple hits, 1 run. That's what he does. That's what he usually does. I'll give up a run every now and then. Lynn, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 10 Ks, 1 home run given up. Yeah. Sounds exactly like Lynn Flynn. So we look at what went down in this game. And the White Sox struck first. Moncada singled in a run. 1-0. Then it was like that for the whole majority of the game. Top of the 6th comes around. Jose Ramirez, 2-run shot. 2-1 Indians. And then top of the 7th, Jimenez ground out. 3-1. And then Ramirez fielding error, or scores on a fielding error, 4-1. And then bottom of the 9th, Tim Anderson reached on a fielding error by Jimenez, made it 4-2. Now, this game had some stuff going on. This game had some very, very interesting stuff going on. So, bottom of the first inning. I believe this is when it happened. So, this game was barely even starting. And this dude, Adam Eaton, right? So, the ball gets hit. I think it was like maybe a low-key error or something like that. It was thrown to Naylor. Naylor goes to second. or they threw the third or whatever, and then they throw a second. And Adam Eaton goes sliding into the base. His hand is off the base for a second, and the way that it is, if your hand, if your hand gets off the bag for even a second while the guy is touching you, you're out. That guy could have his hand on your freaking arm for 5 minutes. You got to have your hand on the base for 5 minutes. Until he gets his arm off you, then that's when you can get up. That's why you've always seen it with the Indians, where we go sliding into second base, and their hand will be on the base, but then they'll overslide the bag, and in those 2 seconds where there's nothing touching the bag and their hand's still touching you, you're out. You got to be touching the base the entire time the defender is touching you with the ball in his glove. And apparently Adam Eaton thought Jimenez pushed him off the bag, and he got all mad, and he went over to Jimenez and started shoving him, and that kind of low-key triggered a benches clearing near fight. No punches were thrown or anything, just probably a lot of words and stuff. But yeah, he was out, and then we ended the inning, of course, down 1-0, of course. And then things got better for us. Ramirez gave us the lead, and we never looked back. Love to see it. So how did these pitchers do? They did good. Savali got his third win of the year. Lynn took his first loss, and Clase got his third save of the year. Now, one very interesting thing is, look at the score, right? You're like, okay, 4-2. No big deal. Yesterday was Jackie Robinson Day. What number did Jackie Robinson wear? 4-2. 42. We won a game 4-2 on Jackie Robinson Day. 4-2. Seattle, Baltimore had the same score too. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty dope. Quantrill was really good in Game 2 of the White Sox series. Our bullpen is stacked. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bruh. Our bullpen's really good. It's underrated. So now where do we go from here? Well, we head out to what I call the Great American Launchpad. I think Jensen Lewis called it that. It's actually a pretty cool nickname. And he calls it that because balls literally jump out of that place like nobody's business. So what do we got in store for Game 1? Well, we got Logan Allen on the mound, lefty, versus Jeff Hoffman. Yeah. Jeff Hoffman on the mound. He's 1-1, 3.86 ERA, 8 strikeouts. Logan Allen's 1-1 with a 2.70 ERA and 8 strikeouts. Now, I doubt Logan Allen's watching this because he's probably preparing for the game tonight. But if you could do one thing for me, my guy, is to lock in before the third inning. Don't come out here with these shenanigans, messing up everything in the first 2. Because you look at the Reds lineup, and they got some underrated hitters. I mean, Castellanos, they got Votto, Suarez, Moustakas, Senzel's Jonathan India, and then Stevenson, and, of course, Hoffman. You look at, the RBI leader, it's Jonathan India with 11. The dude's betting .333 on the year. Now, historically, Austin Hedges has he actually hit a home run off of Hoffman. Wow, he actually has success against somebody. Imagine that. Now, Moustakas is the only one who has matched up against Allen. Probably either late last year. No, because might have been when Logan was with the Padres. Because Moustakas, of course, was with the Brewers before he went to the Reds. That could have been it. But nobody else has really had much success. Of course, they really haven't faced Hoffman a whole lot. Gamble is 1 for 3 against Hoffman. 3 at-bats, 1 hit. He actually got a hit off of somebody. Surprising. Hedges, 7 at-bats, 143 average. Again, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. Naylor, 143 average. 7 at bats. And then Ahmed Rosario, 8 at bats, 125 average. So, not much really looking at there. Should be a good game, though. So then we look at the 17th. And game 2 of the series will be a pretty good one. We got Tristan McKenzie on the mound. No record. K's facing Sonny Gray in the debut. And historically, Josh Naylor has hit a home run off of Sonny Gray. He's 2 of 3. That's pretty good. Gamel's 13 at bats, 154 average. But Jose Ramirez has faced him the most. 16 at bats, 250 average, and he has 12. I thought I said 12. 2 RBIs. I was like 12. Holy crap, bro! You own him. Bowers has an RBI, batting 254 at bats. Then you got Naylor, one RBI with the home run, 3 at bats. Roberto Perez has an RBI and 5 at bats, batting 200. So they've had some success against them. And of course, nobody's faced McKenzie from the Reds, so that'll be interesting. And then you go to game 3 of the series, and while they have not officially announced the starter for the Indians, it's expected to be Shane Bieber. So it'll be Bieber against Wade Miley. And oh boy, what a matchup that'll be. Eddie Rosario actually went yard off of Wade Miley before. He's 7 at-bats, 143 average, 1 dong, 3 RBIs. He's the only one that have any success against him. Now, in terms of most appearances against him, 7 at-bats for Luplow, too. He's batting 286. But how about this? Jake Bowers, 2 at-bats. He's 2 for 2 against Miley. Yeah, how about that? So I expect them to have some success against. They've had some success against Bieber, although not many teams have had success against him. But we'll see what pops off with that. I'm afraid Naquin is going to destroy us. Well, the thing is, we know how to pitch him. These teams before, they didn't know how to pitch him. I mean, they were throwing him stuff, I think, at the knees. You don't throw him stuff low. You throw it kind of higher. But I don't know, man. He's probably, if he does play in this series, my guess is he'll probably go up against the righties. So McKenzie and Bieber, which will be very interesting. But we'll see how this goes. So hopefully we can come out here and take care of business and retain the Ohio Cup. And I've already looked at our schedule before, but I'm going to look at it again. It's going to get tough. It's going to get really tough because we got the White Sox again on the 20th. So we're on the road here in Cincinnati. We have an off day. And then we come back home to face the White Sox again for 2 games. And then we got the Yankees for 4 and the Twins for 3. And then we face the White Sox again. So we'll have, let's see, a 4, a 2, and then a 3 against the White Sox. Wow. That's what? That's 9 games already done in the very first month of the season. And the good news is the Indians do not play on the 29th, so I do not have to worry about dividing my attention. Although they do play on the 30th, but obviously all my attention will be towards the Browns in the draft. But yeah, at least now if I decide to stream the draft, I don't have to worry about the Indians going on at the same time. Blue Jackets I could care less about, Cavs, whatever. It's Browns. This is the Browns channel. What do you expect? But yeah, we'll see what happens in this series. Of course, I plan on streaming this game tonight, but we'll see what happens. So, yes, sir. I have to get this dub. I would love to sweep the Reds, although my realistic expectation is we probably take 2 of 3. Hopefully, Logan Allen and McKenzie come out here and they just take care of business, do their thing, because the way I see it, nobody's touching Bieber. Now, I could see people going out there and just having another masterpiece, because that's what he is. He is insane. He's absolutely insane right now. So I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. We're going for about a half hour. That's pretty good. So hope you guys tune in tonight, and let's get this done. No other way to put it. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go try it, and I'm out.